Hi guys, I have 4 airbrushes here. This is majority of the airbrushes I've been using. Let's start with the cheapest. This is a NASEDAL airbrush you can get for 600 pesos in Shopee, maybe lower if you have your coupons. I've been using this for years, like probably more than 5 years. This gets the work done. I got 2 colors here with a different tip. And then I got a little expensive one. This is the AirTech 722. I got this from Japan. I think it was 10,000 yen back then, around 5,000 to 6,000 pesos with taxes and shipping and everything. Now this is my current boy. This is the Ultra 2024. Would I recommend this as the beginner airbrush compared to these guys? I always say in Filipintado's chat or in the podcast or in my videos that don't get an expensive airbrush because it doesn't matter. It's the same problem. It's the same engineering, right? That changed when this came out. This is one of the most smartest airbrush I have encountered in my life. This is just fantastic. The way Hardin and SteenBeck really thought about it. It's a good investment that they did for engineering. All of this airbrush has one problem in common. The clogging. If it clogs, it does the webbing thing. It just spritz like haywire. It doesn't really flat on. Main reason is because tip drying here, or there's something clogged inside here, and it's so hard sometimes to clean them. So you usually do a hard disassemble. Pull it out. There's a needle here. There is an O-ring there, and then you pull out your cleaning tools like this. That is the main issues of these brushes, like the cheapo ones. And also this a little bit expensive, like even the Sotar and the Badger Patreon 105 has the same problem too. But those guys' needles are more durable than the needles of this NASEDAL, but it's still the same problem. When you clean this, it takes 2-3 minutes depending how bad the clog is. And then you have to figure out which one is the clog. This one, or here. It's annoying if you're a beginner. This is the number one reason people get pushed away from airbrushing, stick to hand painting, because it's just tedious. It's very tedious. Now for AirTech, I really love this airbrush for a long time. But the problem is this cup here. If there's something clogged there, it's so very hard to clean because Q-tips are not really going forward. It's kind of hard. And then if you pull out, you can't also open this part. Some expensive airbrush, I think was the Master and I forgot the names. The one that you can buy also in Shopee for 2,000 pesos. You can't remove this, which is hard to clean too. But this has a better angle than this one. So if you can see here, I removed this. The angle of, I don't know if you can see it. You see the hole here. There's no notch that makes it go straight to the nozzle here. It just goes down. This one has a notch in it. God, I wish I have a better camera that you can see that it goes really down to the nozzle for easier release. This doesn't have it. This will cause webbing sometimes. So that's why you have to really thin down your paint. There's a hole here and there's gunk. You can't clean it and it's gonna stay there forever because it cannot go fully inside where the airways go. So that's my problem with it. I know you could also remove this. There's a gap. I don't know why they had to put like a wall in there for the cheapos. I don't know. Number one struggle I have with this is this thing is basically useless if you lose your O-rings. You can buy O-rings, yes, it's cheap, but this is basically useless without those O-rings. It has one O-ring here, near the nozzle, and another, wow, this is pretty hard. Another O-ring here. Wait, let's try to open this one. Here, see? There's an O-ring here, then there's another rubber gasket kind of thing inside, and then there's another here. So that's 3. Sometimes when you clean, you lose them. Let's be real. I know some people who tried using this already experienced that. It's kind of a pain because sometimes you can't find the exact O-rings. Good thing I have a 3D printer. I could just 3D print O-rings, which is more durable. But if you don't have one, the O-rings in this guy, the more you open and close, they get easily worn out, and it's It's either you replace this thing or buy extra parts. There's a lot of local stores out there carrying this. It's easy to access. I always use this for like base coating and stuff, or doing my game boards. You could buy extra parts. You could also buy needles for it. It's 105 pesos, I guess, to 150 for a needle, and then the same for the nozzle tip there. I highly recommend people keep buying these. If you're using this, you will replace them a lot of times, but sometimes that cost adds up, and then you would buy like a Sotar or a Badger Patriot or an Eclipse because it's more last longer. Those kinds of airbrush goes to 5,000 and such. These ones, I think the needle was costing 500 and so, but it's more durable, and this one has a better flow. This is a way better airbrush than this one. So many hassles, but it gets the job done. I've been using these airbrushes for 4 or 5 years. I replace them every year because it's cheap, but I just make sure I bought spares. But now I'm not gonna do that anymore because this is their contender. This is the Ultra 2024 by SteenBeck. Oh my gosh. So this one is very, very easy to clean. Just see that there's no wall. Absolutely see the path where the paint goes to the nozzle. You can see the airway. And it's easier to clean because you just plop it on there, remove the needle, put inside your Q-tips, clean. And then what I like the most about this, no matter what position you go, the needle will always be straight and perfect. It will never hit any parts of the airbrush. That's the problem with these airbrush. When you clean your needles, there's a huge chance it might go inside in between this lock here or there, and it will bend this, which is a pain because when it airbrushes, it goes to another direction and you have to straighten it up, and not all people can straighten up their needles. This, no matter which position or twist and turn, it will always be a perfect slot. That is insanely impressive. So, to prevent chip drying, SteenBeck has put like holes in this airbrush. Grab a dry brush that's sturdy and you just wipe it during air sessions. Sprays amazingly. That's what I keep doing. I just clean it up when I change color, and then bam, it works again. The biggest factor that I love about it so much is the sturdiness. This is just like aluminum. It's not heavy, it's not special, it's just aluminum. This is stainless steel, same as this one. Heavy, sturdy, you could really see the durability, the way it was made. And see this, it has, they call this color shifter. It adjusts the pressure for your specific needs. For example, if you're painting figures like me, this is the normal setting where you can able to push back. This is a double action, by the way. All of them are double action. Allows you to push back and forth, right? So if you change your setting to prime, that's the first setting here, it will automatically apply the pressure you put in priming. So you will never miss a dot. This is why it's so amazing for beginners. This is the best airbrush for beginners ever. Because it will teach you how to control your airbrush in enough pressure that you need it to be. So this is prime. Next, when you turn, there's a base. So it changes the pressure to base. And then there's 3, 2, and 1. 3 is for zenithal highlights. And then some highlight options that you could change. And it's fantastic. So I just set the setting here if I'm cleaning. And if you're wondering what cleaner I use, this is the Armored Komodo airbrush cleaner. Probably also the best airbrush cleaner locally here. It is. Kudos to Sir Alex, the equivalent for the Tamiya. This is really cheap, guys. I think it's 180 for this entire bottle. 180 to 180. I could be wrong, but it's around there. Highly recommend the locals. You can see the amazingness. Even the trigger button here, it has like a grip that allows you to control it more efficiently compared to these guys. I mean, this has a good control on it when you press it, but not as good as this one. This is the best beginner airbrush. This is a 4.5 nozzle tip, but because of the settings, it's basically like can work to a 1, 2, 3, and 4. It really would last you your entire lifetime as an airbrush painter. This is pricey, don't get me wrong, but it's worth it. Then keep buying parts for this and keep replacing this for years. It does add up, but buying just one this and you're good for your entire lifetime. This costs locally 8,000 pesos. We're available for POs for this. Taxes are already involved with that purchase. Genuinely think it's a steal. I really highly recommend this. It's available in the shop. But if you're really in the budget, I would suggest just save your money. It's so helpful to able to remove the cup, so it would be easier to clean. And then you will able to remove this part. So it's, again, easier to clean with this brushes. And this needle, highly recommend this one so much. I base coated and primed it with this Space Marine. I also use the Ultra in painting my Charlie. What could I show you here? If you want to see the works I've made using these airbrush, I could show them also here. Ta-da! But yeah, highly recommend. This is the best airbrush for beginners. Hands down, I will die in this grave. Even the famous miniature painter Squidmar recommends this so much. And we also have his limited edition Squidmar on the shop for PO. This is just amazing, guys. And I hope this video is very helpful when you guys picking out your airbrush. This is Kai, and I hope I see you guys next time. Bye-bye.